session, and what we are going to learn is in MongoDB database we have a client up and running, and we need to see how many databases are there. So it's super simple. You can say just show DBs, and that would give you a list of whatever DBs which are there, which are running on that server, and you would also see their space, which is their current space they are occupying on the system. So you see there is a local database and there are several databases which are there. So it gives you a list. So first we will just try to correlate with RDBMS and MongoDB concept. So whatever you call database there in in SQL, same is here in MongoDB. Second is about table. So whatever you call it as table over there, we call it as collection. Reason is table is the tabular format wherein you have rows and columns. Here we call it as collection because collection is kind of the array, it collects different documents which can be of any structure. In table you have to follow a particular structure which is predefined, that only those information which fits in that kind of row or tuple or a structure can be saved. However, here it's dynamic, so that's why the collection can contain any document whatsoever. Now third is row. So each row, if you have a students table, each row will represent a student. We call it as a row or tuple. However, in MongoDB, if you have a collection with name students, you can have different documents which represent the same thing, what it is represented over here as a row. And then the column. So each column can be called as a each field in the document, and whatever you do the join. So let's say a student has assigned 4 books. So in here you have a books table, and then you have a students table, and then you will have to join, and there is a lot of stuff basically, and which basically join sucks because it degrades the performance. Here inside one document, let's say student, you can have another small embedded document which is books, a list of books, and it can be saved. So we'll see it practical in some time, then you will understand more. And last thing is the primary key. So primary key, which has to be unique, MongoDB provides the underscores ID for the same. So let's really quickly try to see the database. So more or less MongoDB is nothing but the JavaScript object storage. So if you write DB, you would see which DB you are connected to. So by default database which gets connected is the DB, and it's get assigned in the DB variable. So MongoDB is built on JSON. So in next lecture we are going to see about how JSON works, what is the JSON structure. If you have good grip on understanding a JSON structure and JSON, then you could be efficient in working with Mongo. And just to switch database, we will just see how to switch. If I need to go to students database, I need to say use students, and then you will reach to the students database. Inside it, if you have to see how many tables, which we call here as collection, you can say show collection. If there are any collections inside it, it would show, otherwise it just shows one default table which is system.index. So we would go to test, and then we would say show collections, and these are the number of different collections which I already have. So and on the collection you can just retrieve the data by doing a find one. So we will just try something real quick. You say db.test.find1, and it provides you a sample database. So now let's try to go to next lecture and learn about the JSON, what actually JavaScript object notation is. Thank you. Thanks for